Alright, so if you thought it was a crazy year for sets, the minifigures this year were just off the charts. With so many licenses and so many expensive premium sets, LEGO seemed to be freed up to do kind of whatever they wanted with minifigures. Narrowing down 2025's 1,078 figures into a list of 10 proved extremely challenging, so let's see how well I did. Coming in at number 10 is Irene Adler from the Sherlock Holmes Book Nook. This set was pretty well stacked with minifigures, but she's particularly eye-catching with that lovely medium lavender color scheme. The hairpiece, while not new, is also fantastic, and you gotta love the purple shoulder cape. I hope I can pick this figure up at some point. Looks like she's about $15, $16 on Bricklink in the US, which is unsurprising, but ouch. Something tells me that's going to be a common theme throughout the minifigures on this list. Well, maybe not for Plo Koon coming here at number 9 because he's included in like a $10 set. Oh, it's awesome when Star Wars actually puts good minifigures in cheap sets. In fact, it's just awesome when Star Wars has cheap sets. There's a lot to love about Plo Koon here with his crazy face sculpt, printed legs, and of course, best of all, his very affordable price. It was a great year for LEGO Castle minifigures, and I had to choose at least one knight or faction to put on this list, and the one that stands out to me is the Serpent Knight from the Creator 3-in-1 Castle. I love the darker color scheme here, I'm a sucker for purple, and perhaps my favorite thing about this minifigure is the shield. If I'm not mistaken, this is the Hyrule shield, a mold that I thought would remain exclusive to the Legend of Zelda theme, so it's really great and encouraging to see that that shield can appear anywhere with any print. In addition to the Serpent Knight, you've also got the Horse Knights included in that set. This year gave us the Wolfpack Beastmaster, and then you've got the Kraken and the Griffin factions from the vending machine. There's no shortage of awesome knights, and hopefully these will show up on Pick-a-Brick before too long. Thank goodness we have Pick-a-Brick in the US again. That's nice. Hey, finally a minifigure I have. This is Dorothy from the Emerald City Wall Art set. This is another set that's absolutely stacked with fantastic minifigures. And it's hard to choose just one because any one of these could have made the top 10 list, but that would have been a very boring top 10 list. Dorothy stands out because she's got dual molded legs, dual molded arms, printed legs, printed shoes, custom hairpiece, double-sided face. Pretty much everything you'd want to see out of a minifigure, but there is enough restraint used here so as not to be absolutely ridiculously over-detailed. I haven't seen either of the Wicked movies yet. I'm hoping to watch them back to back. I think that would be epic. Aren't those movies like super long? That's gonna be like 5 hours, but I think it would be a lot of fun. Roast me in the comments for not watching Wicked Part 1. Now, originally, I actually had Gaston from the Beauty and the Beast castle here at this spot, but I somehow forgot that this same exact figure was released 2 years ago in the Disney villain set from 2023. I actually had the video uploaded to members only when somebody pointed it out to me. So we're gonna be substituting this for one of my other favorite figures of this year that didn't make the list. And that's gonna be my favorite collectible minifigure from the year, the Pirate Quartermaster. It's no secret, I love pirates here on GZ Studios, so it's always a treat to get another pirate minifigure, especially one that's done at this level. You've got a cloth waist cape, printed dual molded legs, printed dual molded arms, a really fun hairpiece, and the set's cockatiel was kind of just the icing on top. Elements here too could be useful for a variety of figures, not just a pirate. The One Piece sets certainly brought some amazing figures to life as well, but I really want to highlight Buggy the Clown. The flow of the torso down to the legs is really great in the print work, and the elaborate hair hat combo here is definitely quite the treat to look at. I have not seen the show nor the anime, but I have to imagine this is a pretty faithful recreation of the character into minifigure form. Honestly, I don't think you can really go wrong with most any of the figures from this line. While this year's Lord of the Rings set, the Shire, might not be as iconic as Rivendell, it's still a fun build with some really fantastic minifigures. The one that stands out to me is Rosie Cotton, a figure that I never would have expected to get ahead of characters like the Witch King, Éowyn, Faramir. We're missing a ton yet. Hopefully this Minas Tirith rumor turns out to be true. That could be epic. But anyway, Rosie here has some fantastic printing. I love the skirt piece, and underneath that you'll get dual molded legs as well. This hair piece has always been one of my favorites. I think she looks fantastic with it, and you also get a double-sided head. It's probably nothing special. I'm guessing they've repurposed this from elsewhere, but I think it fits the character quite well. The Dreams theme is always a bit of a mixed bag for me. A lot of the minifigures are just so chaotically over detailed, they really don't appeal to me in the slightest. But that was not the case with this particular figure, One. She's included in Mateo's spray paint truck, which looks something like an M-Tron remake. It's a really fun model, and One seems to be some sort of video game-like villain. She's reusing the same skirt piece that Rosie had, this time in coral, and in fact the use of coral throughout the minifigure I think is one of the most eye-catching things about her. On top of that, you got plenty of metallic blue printing, and the hairpiece is absolutely insane. A dual molded combination of opalescent and coral colors. She's a really, really well-produced minifigure, but one that unfortunately I think is going to be easily forgotten. But I wish more Dreams minifigures honed in the color scheme a bit more like she does. At number 2, I'm choosing the minifigure version of Glinda from the Wicked Bookend set. You'll also find a lavender costume version of this figure in the Wicked Emerald City wall art, but pink seems the more iconic choice, so I decided to go with this figure. She's making use of that crazy dress piece that I believe was introduced with the Queen CMF, and I love the hair and crown combo there. They are individual elements, but the crown is once again that opalescent color, just like we saw in One. I think this really captures Glinda very, very well. It's a super fun and elaborate minifigure, much like all of the Wicked minifigures are in these larger sets. Right now, once again, all these figures are quite expensive. We'll see if they have the same staying power as something as iconic as Star Wars does. Hopefully these will come down in price before too long. And that brings me to my favorite figure of the year, one that I'm desperate to get my hands on, but don't have. And that's Jack Sparrow from the Black Pearl. Or excuse me, Jack Sparrow's pirate ship. The original Jack Sparrows from a decade ago also looked fantastic, but here they've taken the new technology they have, especially when it comes to dual molded legs, to do this character pretty much perfectly. It's another set, unsurprisingly, that's just filled with wonderful figures, but I'm so glad that they gave Captain Jack Sparrow the attention he deserves. Once again, this figure does a great job of balancing just the right amount of detail so as not to be overwhelming. And I really like that they brought the new medium tan skin tone to this figure. It fits Johnny Depp a lot better. One day I will get this Black Pearl set. It looks like a ton of fun. I think all of the figures that it includes are a huge selling point for the set. Yeah, this is a tough list to compile. There were so many great figures this year. So let me know which ones I missed down below, and which ones were your favorite of 2025. That's all I've got for this time, but you can look forward to one last top 10 video, the top 10 pieces of the year, coming here in just a few days. Hope you have yourself a fantastic life, and I will see you then.